Boo! What's up guys, welcome back to Lenny The Bear, I'm Murphy, and it's that time of year again for gamers where it seems like every week we get a brand new release, and at the moment I'm playing two games, Skyrim Special Edition, and I've also picked up Call of Duty. Cut that bit out. Playing those two games has got me thinking about what sort of stuff we could have brought back, what games we desperately need remastered. So today I'm going to be counting down 5 games that we need remastered. Now I'm not going to be including games that probably do have remasters on the way, so I'm sorry, Crash Bandicoot isn't going to be on the list because that is going to happen. I'm also not going to cover games that had remasters within the past 5 years, so games like Ocarina of Time won't be counted here. Number 5 is The Simpsons Hit and Run, released back in 2003. It was basically a GTA clone for kids. You know, it didn't have the hookers or the drugs or the murder. I don't know why this game was fun again. Hit and Run basically had you playing as the Simpsons family, so you played as Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Apu for some reason, ethnic diversity I'm guessing. And you basically went around Springfield completing missions, you could drive around in cars. Yeah, it was basically a GTA clone, but it was done so damn well, and of course, it was released at a time when the show was important, the show was good. In the years since its release, the show has really gone downhill. People have sort of forgotten how good The Simpsons could be, so the way to remind them about that is bring back one of the best games The Simpsons ever featured in. Number 4, Age of Empires. Recent years has only seen HD re-releases of the sequels, and in 2014 we got a free-to-play title that was completely atrocious. It seems like Age of Empires has lost at its own game. It built itself up only to fall from grace. The beauty of Age of Empires was when I was a kid, all I really cared about was playing as a purple dragon collecting gems, or playing through a Mario Kart ripoff that was developed by the guys that did The Last of Us. You know, it wasn't really my cup of tea, but then once I got into it I realised it was quite easy to pick up and learn. But the brilliant thing about it wasn't just a simplistic game, it was quite complex with an easy learning curve. Now, if you wanted to make an Age of Empires 4 that felt like the originals, that's quite hard to do because Ensemble Studios, the developer behind the original, now doesn't exist. So what's the best way to get Age of Empires to be back the way it was and get back to the top? Well, that's by getting a studio to remaster the original, I think. Number 3 is Mass Effect. Now, if you wanted to remaster a BioWare game, the one that most people will probably think of is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and why wouldn't you? It had great gameplay, had great characters, and it had a plot twist that befitted the Star Wars series perfectly. However, that series has a shadow cast over it since its sequel never finished the overarching story, so for years it's been left with a massive cliffhanger, and it doesn't seem like anyone is up to finishing that story. Also, since Disney took over the Star Wars series, they kind of made it not part of the canon anymore. So another BioWare game that would suit is the original Mass Effect, released back in 2007. That game had very, very bad shooting mechanics even for the time, and its world exploration wasn't that great. Improve those two things and all of a sudden you've got a very good game. Also, if you just got rid of those loading screens where you're in the elevator, that would be great. Of course, the problem there is, the big thing about the Mass Effect series is transferring one save file from game to game. Now, if you were going to do this for the original Mass Effect, it would mean transferring those save files to older games, or you would have to remaster the entire trilogy. Actually isn't a bad thing to do. However, the only thing is that EA is still yet to release Mass Effect Andromeda, and if we still haven't got that, then I don't think a Mass Effect remake is on the horizon at all. One thing at a time. Number 2, Super Metroid. Now, if Nintendo hadn't neglected this series in the past few years and completely washed over the fact that it was the 30th anniversary this year, then maybe I wouldn't have this on the list. However, it has faded into obscurity. Now, I'll admit, hands up, I'm not the biggest Metroid fan. I've only played a handful of the games, but at least I appreciate and understand the impact that this series had on the industry. It basically helped define a massive genre with Metroidvania. It also had the first female badass protagonist in gaming with Samus Aran. Sorry, Lara Croft, she beat you to it. Doing a remaster for the Metroid series, I think, is important. Remind people and even teach younger players what this series was all about and why it was a great series to begin with. Now, you could argue, which installment do you want? Do you want Metroid Prime? Some people would argue that, but personally for me, I'd go for Super Metroid, as that was the one that helped define what this series was going to be. And number 1 is Pokemon Red and Blue. Now, I understand that these games had remasters for the Game Boy Advance. Since these games still are popular, they were re-released earlier this year on the 3DS as ports, and also the big thing this year that was Pokemon Go. People still have interest in this series. Now, hear me out, and Nintendo, want you listening. Next year on the Nintendo Switch, how about you have a 3D Pokemon Red and Blue game, and then introduce features that are in Pokemon Go. So you take the Switch with you, you can go out and catch Pokemon, you can level up your Pokemon by taking them out, then when you go home, you can play Pokemon Red and Blue on your TV. Make it happen. Now those were just 5 games that I personally think need remasters, but what about you guys? Put your comments down below, tell me what you think. Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm completely wrong? Do there need to be other games remastered first? Also give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. Boo!